Hello, today I'm going to talk about the modal model of memory. This was brought to us by Atkinson and Schifrin in 1968. And the whole purpose of this model is to explain how humans process information. So to process information, first thing we have to do is get this information in our systems. So sensory input needs to be coming in, through our ears, eyes, any senses needs to be coming into our physical system. And from here, we have a sensory memory where we're able to hold on to what just happened in our physical senses just for a brief moment, maybe a second, a fraction of a second. So that allows us to see information and keep that in our memory just for a moment. And from there, we need to focus on, of that information, what's the most important. So unfortunately, we can't pay attention to everything that's going on at once, and we have to pay attention to certain things. And that's why selective attention is so important. It helps us identify the things we should pay attention to and the things that we should ignore. And the things that we select and the things that we start processing enters into what's called short-term memory. And short-term memory are things that we can keep in our mind and remember for about 15 to maybe 20 seconds. And typically, we can hold around 7 items in short-term memory. Classic study shows that it's 7 plus or minus 2 things that we can keep in short-term memory. Some of the things that we have in short-term memory eventually make their way to long-term memory. And once things make it to long-term memory, then they can stay there for decades, numbers and numbers of years. Like you see older adults that have the ability to recall things from when they were a kid. So looking at this model, it's really just the model of memory, how we process information. So let's take a look and start from the beginning and think about how can we use this to learn the best that we can. So first is the sensory input, sensory memory. So we have to at least pay attention to what's going on. And the things that we pay attention to the most, the things that we select, will enter into short-term memory. The more that we rehearse things in short-term memory, the more often we recall things and the longer we keep them in our system, the higher the chances that it'll make it to long-term memory and stay there. So basically, modal model of memory is just looking at information and how it goes through our system and eventually gets to long-term memory. Once it's in long-term memory, you need to be able to retrieve that information and bring it back to short-term memory. If all you're interested in is just what this is a great time to check out. Please like the video. Thanks for watching. If you want to hear a little bit more, well, forgetting can happen at just about any point in this model. So you're not going to be able to remember something if you never heard it, never saw it. You're not going to be able to remember something if you don't pay attention to it. And you're not going to be able to remember something sometimes just because memories decay over time. So honestly, like forgetting can happen kind of like anywhere around here. And the idea is you want to figure out how you can enhance your memory. So definitely like repetition, doing things again and again and again is the best way to enhance long-term memory. I'd suggest looking up what long-term potentiation is. That's the biological basis of learning new things and memory. I'll probably make a video on that sometime soon. So anyway, this is the modal model of memory. Thanks for watching and have a great day.